Hi everyone, can you hear my voice? Please type in the chat box. I think my voice is clear, right? So, hi everyone, welcome to MyGo Minds. So, in this summer camp, the first internship program that what we are trying to announce is UITechnologies free batch from MyGo Minds, that is HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. So, today in 2026, there is a good demand for full stack development, but full stack development with front end React.js or Angular, and back end you must have the knowledge on APIs or microservices, and apart from that integration with AI tools like generative AI and agentic AI. These are the dominating in the market. If you're still struggling to get the job just learning the old Java technologies or old .NET or old Python, you're in a danger zone. Now it is the right time for upskill your front end frameworks along with the AI tools like generative AI and agentic AI to survive in the current generation and to compete with Gen Z. Is it clear? So today we want to start with UITechnologies actually, that is HTML, JavaScript as well as CSS. Later in future we'll plan for React and Angular and other stuff. And developing the web applications, the support of AI tools. That is the main target of this application. How to develop the web application with zero coding. First we'll manually learn HTML, JavaScript and CSS. Later I will guide you how to generate the website without writing a single line of code. Is it clear? That we'll discuss in future. So first of all, as a software engineer, you must have the knowledge on some basics like what is software. Software is nothing but a collection of programs. Why to develop the software applications? To automate the organizations. How to develop the software applications? By using some programming languages, technologies, frameworks, database, tools, etc. My voice is clear, everyone. Please respond. Can you hear my voice, online students? Today we are giving this live in YouTube streaming. So I hope everyone can please try to join. My voice is clear. Please respond, online students. Many people are waiting for this live. Can you hear my voice clearly? Please type in the chat box. Voice is clear, right? Please share the link in your other groups also so that many people will be benefited. So complete HTML, JavaScript and CSS. JavaScript is very dominating in the current trend. So generally, software engineer main job, lot of jobs are there synced with full stack developer, but with integration with cloud and with integration with the DevOps, apart from AI tools. That is the current trend, that how you can survive in the IT industry. So first of all, you must know what is software. Software is nothing but a collection of programs. Different types of software applications that are available are, software applications are basically divided into three types. One is desktop applications, web applications and mobile apps. Desktop applications are nothing but the applications that we install on single machine are called as desktop applications. So whatever the application that we install in your laptop or desktop, those all comes under desktop applications. Example, Notepad, Calculator, MS Office, VLC Media Player, Windows Media Player, antivirus. These all are the examples of desktop applications. Desktop applications can be developed by using programming languages like C, C++, Java or VB, etc. Web applications are very, very important. Web applications are nothing but the applications that we access via browser and internet. That type of applications are called as web applications. Web applications are multi-user applications. So multiple users can interact with single application at a time. So today you can see all the applications like e-commerce applications, banking applications, social networking, insurance, government related websites, travel ticket booking. All applications are web applications only. If you want to develop these type of web applications, you must become a full stack developer. Full stack Java, full stack .NET, full stack Python, mean stack, Marin stack and Maven stack. Is it clear? These all comes under what? web applications. If you want to develop these web applications, you can develop by using all this stuff. Full stack development is having high demand in the market. So if you want to become a full stack developer, definitely have to learn what these concepts. Is it clear? So before learning HTML, JavaScript and CSS, these three are common for everyone. Whether you are a full stack Java developer or .NET developer or Python developer, you must have the knowledge on all this stuff. Is it clear? So next, coming to mobile apps. Mobile apps are nothing but the apps that we download from Play Store. Those all comes under mobile apps. We can develop the mobile apps by using Android, iOS, Xamarin Forms, React Native, mobile. So if you develop any web application, that application will work only in browser. If you want to make the application to run on different environments or different mobiles or different devices, you have to again redevelop the application by using mobile technologies. That is the reason now if you go with full stack development by using React Native or Xamarin Forms, the applications will work on multiple devices. So today, these in IT industry, different domains are there, because whether you're a full stack developer, business analyst, data scientist, or AI engineer, or if you are any other domain you are working in IT industry, testing tools, but every software engineer will work on different domains like banking domain, education domain, e-commerce domain, railways, restaurants, healthcare domain, travels, government websites, real estate, ticket booking, entertainment, social networking. All the applications are linked with all the software engineers are linked with these domains. So now here different types of applications I told you now. So mobile applications examples are nothing but what? You can consider Swiggy, Zomato, Telegram, WhatsApp, Instagram, OTT platforms. Nowadays every application is available in a mobile as well as in browser. So before becoming a software engineer, you must have the knowledge on data. Data is very, very important. Every developer must have the knowledge on data. And in 2026, there is a good demand of two types of jobs are having high demand in the market. One is full stack developer jobs. Other one is data related jobs. Data related jobs means data science, data analytics, data engineering, big data, or data analytics. Different types of data related jobs are there. And full stack is obviously it is high demand in the market. So data is collection of raw facts. Data may be a number or it may be a character, text, speech, audio, video, likes, emojis, stickers, reviews, ratings, comments. Is it clear? Streaming data. Continuous flow of data is called as streaming data. If you order any food in Swiggy, you can track the Swiggy delivery boy details in your mobile. The moving data is called as streaming data. So today there is a great demand for this particular data. So every developer must have the knowledge on this data. So generally, as a developer, our main job is to develop what all of you? Web applications. Every developer main job is to develop web applications, and these web applications are multi-user applications. So multiple users will interact with single application at a time. That type of applications are called as web applications. So first of all, I'll ask one question. What is website? What is website? Simply I can tell website is collection of web pages. Website is nothing but a collection of web pages. Is it clear? And generally, for example, for web page, example for web page is login page, or you can consider as registration page. These all are comes under what? Web pages. Now, web applications are basically divided into, web application is nothing but the application that we access, the application that we access via browser and internet, via browser and internet. That type of applications are called as web applications. And these web applications are classified. Web applications are classified into two types. Number one is multi-page application. Number two is single-page application. Web applications are classified into two types. One is multi-page application. Other one is single-page application. MPA represents what? Multi-page application. SPA represents what? Single-page application. So multi-page application is nothing but what? What is multi-page application? Web application consists of multiple pages. That type of application is called as multi-page application. Single page application is nothing but web application consists of single page. Web application consists of single page with multiple components. That type of applications are single page applications. If we develop any web application with Java or .NET, if we develop any web application with Java or .NET or Python, that is multi-page application. Is it clear? In olden days, there is no full stack. We used to develop the applications only by using Java. Java means core Java, advanced Java, Spring Boot, Hibernate. If you develop the application with Java or .NET or Python, that type of application is called as multi-page application. In olden days, there is a good demand for multi-page applications, but nowadays there is a good demand for what? Single-page application. Is it clear? Single-page application means if we develop any web application, with React.js or Angular, that is called a single-page application. So web applications are basically divided into two types. One is multi-page application, other one is what? Single-page application. Multi-page application means application consists of multiple pages. That is called as multi-page application. Single-page application means application consists of single page with multiple components. And the main problem with in multi-page application, we have multiple HTML pages. Or .aspx pages, or .jsp pages, or .php pages. Multiple pages will be there in multi-page application. In single-page application, we have single HTML page. With multiple components. Components. Did you understand? So what is the main problem with multi-page application? In multi-page application, the main problem is every time page will refresh. In single-page application, page will not refresh. Rather, content will update. In single-page application, page will not refresh. Rather, content will update. That is in single-page application. So today, all the commercial websites, so Netflix, OTT platforms, or Facebook, Gmail, Jio Hotstar, all the trending application that you are accessing daily, those all are comes under what? Single page application. So if you want to develop the single page application, you must have the knowledge on Angular or React.js or Vue.js, whatever it may be. But if you want to become a full stack developer, you must have the knowledge on HTML, JavaScript as well as CSS. That is the reason. The first point, you must have the knowledge. What is the difference between multi-page application, single-page application? If a single application, for example, if you take a website, if that website consists of multiple pages, that is called as multi-page application. If you develop any application with complete Java or complete .NET or complete PHP or WordPress or complete Python, that application is called multi-page application. If you develop the application with support of Angular and React.js as front end, backend you can use Java or .NET. That type of applications are called what? Single-page applications. Are you following, everyone? Please try to share the link in your other groups also, so that everyone will follow this session. Please type in the chat box. YouTube, the students who are watching in YouTube, please type this one in the chat box, so that I will understand that you are following the session. Are you following, everyone? Yes or no? First, you must have the knowledge on single page application as well as multi-page application. My voice is clear. Please type in the chat box. The students are watching in live. Yes or no? So that was the main difference between multi-page application and single-page application. So generally, whenever you deal with any web application, you must have the knowledge on two things. One is type of application. Is it clear? Today, the trending web applications in 2026 is number one is single-page application. That already we have discussed right now. And apart from this, you must have the knowledge on data. So what is data means? Simply I can tell, data is nothing but a collection of what? raw facts. Data may be anything. Data may be a number, character, text, speech, audio, video, likes, emojis, stickers, reviews, ratings. If you open any website, what you will see? You will see data only. If you open Amazon to do the online shopping, there you can purchase the items through online. You can see the photos, text, audio files, video files, whatever it may be. Everything is considered as what? Data. Data is very, very important. Every developer must have the knowledge on this data. So, developer main job is you need to store the data. You need to store the data. In order to store the data, you require some memory. In order to store the data, you require some memory. This memory was basically divided into two types. One is temporary memory and other one is permanent memory. Is it clear? Temporary memory and permanent memory. If you want to store the data temporarily, you can store in browser or even you can store on where? Server. If you store any data in browser or server, it means that the data is stored what? Temporarily. If you want to store the data permanently, means you can store in files or you can store in where? Databases, or even you can store in where? Cloud. Today cloud is also very, very popular. Every application you can consider, every developer must have the knowledge on this data. We need to store the data. In order to store the data, we require some memory. This memory you can store either in temporarily or in permanently. Temporarily, if you want to store the means, the data will be stored on where? Browser. So today, when you deal with any web application, you must have the knowledge on two things. Did you understand? Number one is the type of application we are developing. That is single page application, and you must have the knowledge on state management. State management means that was related to what? Data. Data is very, very important. For example, let us play a simple game here. I'll try to open my browser, and here you can see any browser you can try to open here, something like this. Let us assume I'll try to open one browser. In this browser, I'll try to open Amazon. I want to purchase some items in Amazon. You already know about this what? Amazon is a popular shopping application where I want to purchase some items in this particular what? Amazon. Once when I try to log into this Amazon, here you can observe, you can see the cart. The number of items in the cart is initially how much? 0. So now if I want to purchase some items, if I want to purchase some mobiles, just I'll try to purchase some item, some mobile I want to purchase. I add the items to the cart. If you go and observe here, the number of items in the cart is 1. If I want to purchase one more item here, you can see just the number of items in the cart is 2. It understood. So we are trying to store the data on the, now all these cart items are stored in where? Browser. If I want to purchase some shoes, here also I'll try to select some item here, add to cart. So daily you will do this online shopping. Now my shoe size also it is asking actually. Here you can see. So the number of items in my cart is how many? 4. So now my question is, where all these items are stored? Type in the chat box in YouTube so that I will respond for your answers. Now when you want to purchase any items, did you understood? If you want to purchase any items, did you understood? When you purchase, if you add any items in the cart, now my question is where this data will be stored. Anyone can have the idea? This data, where this data will be stored? Please respond in the chat box. YouTube live chat box, you can respond. You are adding some items in the cart. Now where all the items will be stored? Is it clear? In database? No, that is the wrong answer. Because the people who are trying to purchase the items, they're not purchasing actually. They're doing shopping, online shopping. Did you understand? Now what I will do, I will try to copy this URL and I'll try to open another browser. Firefox I'll try to open. Previously I opened Google Chrome. This time I'll try to open Mozilla Firefox. Is it clear? Now here I'll try to paste the URL. Same Amazon URL if I try to paste, the number of items in the cart will be 0. In that previously I added the items now. Here the cart items are 4, but here the cart items are 0. Means where these items are stored? Please type in the chat box, I will see. These items are stored in the All are wrong answers. Database is wrong answer. Cache is wrong answer. Session store is also wrong answer. The data will be stored on where? Browser. The data will be stored in where? Browser. In browser, the data will be stored. So here, that's what I'm telling here. If you want to store the data temporarily within the browser, that you have to use some concepts like cookies, or you can use some concepts like local storage. Is it clear? Cookies, local storage, or if you go to Angular, you have to use the concept like RxJS, or if you go to React.js, you have to use what? Redux. So these all are the state management techniques which are used to maintain the data on where? Browser. Did you understand? Now, that is the first question. Second question, what I will tell you is, now in the same Amazon, I will try to sign in. I will try to sign in with my account. If I am not giving my phone number, just I am telling. If I try to log in with my Amazon with my username and password, and then if I try to add the items to the cart, you open any browser, and again there also you try to log in with this username and password, what will happen? Still the cart items will be maintained. Now in this scenario where the data will be stored, expecting answers from you, I'm typing, I'm checking in the mobile. Now this time where the data will be stored? It will be stored on. Type some answers in the chat box. I'm checking here. It is stored on browser or it will be stored on server? Where the data will be stored? The data will be stored on browser or server? Server. Did you understand? In this scenario, the data will be stored on server. In server, if you want to store the data, you must have the knowledge on Redis caching. Redis caching is very, very powerful. So there are different scenarios. First of all, you must know what is data. You must, every day we are typing the chat WhatsApp messages. That is also data. Your Swiggy order details, bank transaction details, your phone pay history. Did you understand? Your Jio Hotstar IPL live streaming match we are watching. Everything is what? Data. So every developer, everyone must have the knowledge on data. Is it clear? So where the data will be stored? In some scenarios, the data will be stored in the browser, either in the form of cookies or in the form of local storage. Or if you want to deal with huge amount of data, huge amount of state, if you want to maintain, React.js, you have a concept called Redux. Redux is very, very important. In Angular, you have a concept called RxJS. And if you, after login, if you try to add the items to the cart, that data will be stored in the Redis caching. That is also way, or you can use session storage. There are different types of mechanisms are there, Redis caching or session storage, or you can use application mechanism, whatever it may be. There are different scenarios are there. And for example, I will ask one more question, my dear friends. If I try to purchase something like some items I want to purchase, shoes, mobiles, I want to purchase some toys here. Otherwise, some books I want to purchase. Now just click. Now you can see lot of books that are, you can see on the browser. So you can tell me from where this data is coming from. When I searched only books, I'm getting the data from where? From where the data is coming? Anyone answer in the chat box? This time the data is coming from where? Please respond. Database. Yes. So there are three scenarios are there. One is browser, other one is server, another one is database. Database means the place where the data is stored permanently. The Amazon shopping customers and all the agents and the owners of the companies, they try to get an account in Amazon and they'll try to add the products. These all books details, shoe details, all these data will be stored in the database permanently. When the customer is doing the online shopping, he will add the items to the cart. These cart items are maintaining on where? Browser. If you log into the same Amazon and again you will add the items to the cart, these cart items will be maintained on where? Server. In that scenario, we have to use a concept called Redis caching. So I'm dealing about two things. When you work with web application, you must have the knowledge on two things. One is the type of application you are developing, whether it is a single page application or multi-page application, and where that how you are maintaining the data. In order to maintaining the data, that concept you can consider as state management. Anyway, that we'll discuss later. So as I told you all of you, web application is nothing but multi-user application. So multiple users will interact with single application at a time. For example, how many people will open the Facebook at a time? Lakhs of users will open the Facebook. 100 users means 100 laptops are there. 100 browsers are there. Only single application is there. That application is deployed on server. Are you following? If you save any movie in your laptop, only you can watch the movie. If you save any song in your laptop, only you can listen the song. But if you keep the movie on server, multiple users can access that particular movie, multiple users can access that particular song. Similarly, if you develop any web application, if you want to make that web application accessible to everyone, we have to keep that application on the server so that multiple users can interact with that application via browser and internet. That type of application is called as web application. It is a multi-user application. So whenever you deal with web application, first of all, you must have the knowledge on data, and we need to store the data. In order to store the data, some database is required actually. Database means the place where the data is stored permanently in the form of tables, which is collection of rows and columns. But database is not user friendly. End user cannot directly communicate with the database. End user cannot directly interact with what? Database. So what will happen? Developer. What a developer will do? Developer will develop the web applications. Web applications are nothing but you can see in day-to-day life. Swiggy here, ICICI Bank, Myntra, Flipkart, Snapdeal, different types of web applications are there. So who will develop the web application? Developer. Who will use the web application? End user. How the end user will use the application? Via browser. So end user will interact with what? Browser. Browser will interact with what? Web application. Web application will communicate with the database because browser cannot directly interact with the database. There is no direct connectivity between browser and database. So between browser and database, one application is required. These applications you can develop either by using Java or .NET or Python or MeanStack or MERNStack or Maven stack, whatever it may be. Did you understand? So applications will be developed by the developer, but nowadays AI also became very popular. AI tools came. So developer, you don't focus more on developing the application. You focus on how to promote your application, how to add some AI tools to the existing application. So definitely MyGominds we are starting. We are developing the full stack development complete course, integration with AI, cloud and all the other stuff, because what companies are expecting nowadays. Are you following? That type of applications are called as web applications. And these web applications can be developed by using different technologies. Java people, they will use Java or .NET. .NET people, they will use this .NET frameworks. Java people, they will use Spring Boot, microservices. And Python developers, they will use what? Django or Flask. Did you understand? Different applications we can develop actually. Is it clear? You can develop the web applications by using different technologies. If you're a .NET background, you can use ASP.NET, ASP.NET MVC, ASP.NET Core. If you're from Java background, you have to use Spring Boot or microservices. If you're a Python background, you have to use either Django or Flask. But before all these things, if you want to start your career, first of all, you must have the knowledge on these three things: HTML, JavaScript, CSS, Bootstrap. These are not in depth. You don't need to become an expert in all these things. Priority is very, very important. Is it clear? You must have the knowledge on all the concepts. Conceptual oriented learning is high demanding in the market. That we will try to show you. So that's what I'm telling. So developer main job is 3 steps. Number 1 is to develop the application. Number 2 is to host the application on the server. That is called as deployment. Deployment means whatever the application you developed, that application will run only in your local machine. If you want to make your application to access to the entire world, you have to keep that application on the server, and that server will provide services to different clients like browsers, mobiles, whatever it may be. So developer main job is to develop the application and deploy the application onto the server so that end user will access the application via browser and internet. What are the steps we need to follow here? Step number 1. First, we need to develop the application. So how to develop the application? What type of applications? Web applications. If you want to develop that type of applications, did you understand? If you want to develop that type of web applications, you can develop by using front end and backend and database. You must have the knowledge on front end. Front end technologies are HTML, JavaScript and CSS. Front end frameworks are React.js, Angular or Vue.js. And you must have the knowledge on backend. Backend means either Java or .NET or Python or Node.js. Database is also required. So first step is develop the web application. So now the main point is web application consists of multiple files. What is an application? Application nothing but a collection of files. One application consists of many files. Design files, code files, configuration files. Did you understood? Lot of files will be there. Now multiple files we have to keep on server. So individually keeping the one file to the server is a tedious process. So what we have to do? We have to pack the total application to a single file. That is called a zip file, or you can consider as var file or rar file. Did you understood? Jar file or var file, some files will be there. So first step is develop the web application. Second step is pack the application. Pack the application to a single file. And then what that is called as bundling. So bundling and minification. What is bundling? Grouping some set of files into a single file. That is a zip file. For example, simple question I will ask. If you want to download a song in from Google, one movie song you want to download, 5 songs are there. So you have to download every individual song. Click, 5 clicks you have to do. 5 requests will go to the server. 5 songs will be downloaded. Downloading will take more time. So instead of that, what we can do? We can directly download the zip file. So that with single shot, total folder will be downloaded in your local machine. Similarly, after developing the application also, we have to pack the total application to a single file, and then we have to keep this application onto the server. So packing the application, that is called as bundling. Reduce the size of the file, that is called as minification. For example, one big file is there. That file consists of lot of spaces, lot of size it will occupy. So instead of wasting that much memory, you can reduce the unwanted spaces and reduce the unwanted comments and everything. So reduce the size of that particular file. That is called as minification. Bundling and minification. Minification means reduce the size of the file. Bundling means grouping some set of files into a single file. So developer, your first job is to develop the application by using front end, back end, database, and then pack the application and then deploy the application onto the server. Whatever you packed, that packed file you have to keep on the server, so that end user will access the application via browser and internet. So there are 4 steps that we need to follow while working with any web application. Step number 1, developer will develop the application. Step number 2, developer will try to pack the application. Step number 3, developer will host the application onto the server so that multiple users can access the application via browser and internet. Are you following, everyone? Please type in the chat box. Online students, those are watching live, please type in the chat box. There are 4 steps are there. Can hear my voice, all of you? First step is to develop the application. Next step is to pack the application. Please type in the chat box, live chat box. Yes. Develop the application, pack the application, deploy the application, access the application via browser and internet. So yeah, that's what I told you here. So at the time of developing the application, you have to try different types of code. Coding is very, very important in olden days. In olden days, every developer must focus on syntax, concepts and coding and everything. But now AI came into the picture, so no need to focus more on the coding. Now today, generative AI came, agentic AI came. Generative AI means generate the code by writing some prompt. So as a developer, you must know how to write the prompts, but you must have the knowledge on concepts. Concepts are very, very important. Developer no need to write the code, but you must have the knowledge. For example, you are preparing one recipe, you must have the knowledge on the ingredients, where to purchase the ingredients, how to identify the ingredients, how much ingredients that we have to use. Did you understand that you have to set up all the ingredients in that particular machine, then automatically that machine will generate the recipe. Similarly, today, if you, for example, if you want to write the code, you can request, create an agent and give some instructions to that particular agent, and that agent will generate the response. As a developer, you have to give the feedback whether the code that was generated by AI is depending on the client requirements or not. So AI will not replace your job. Developer who will not upskill AI, then definitely he is in the danger zone, because the generation will change. Is it clear? Every 7 years the world will change, the generation will change, people mindset will change. In olden days we have kinetic Honda bikes are there, TVS Lona is there, but nowadays people are using automatic car. Today generation people don't know how to start the bike with kick also. People forget how to use the kick. So the generation will change. Similarly, we must also upskill our career. Today skill is what? You must have the knowledge on front end, back end, DevOps, cloud, AI, and in middle Java, .NET or Python. Whether you are a Java developer, .NET developer, Python developer, these all are common for everyone. You must have the knowledge on cloud. You must have the knowledge on React or Angular. You must have the knowledge on DevOps. You must have the knowledge on AI tools. AI means not using ChatGPT. No, AI means creating the LLMs, using the LLMs, how understanding how the LLMs are working, how to connect with vector database, how to collect the data. That is totally different. It is not possible only by using this ChatGPT. ChatGPT is designed for the sake of customers or end users. If you are a pure developer means you have to learn generative AI or agentic AI. That course also launching by MyGoMinds. Perfect full stack developer in current generation. That is what we have designing this course. So different types of code that you have to write at the time of developing the application. Number one is design code. Other one is validation logic. Another one is styles code. Other one is business logic, presentation logic, database connectivity code, configuration code, authentication code, routing code, calling APIs. That's the code. So when you develop any application, you have to write different types of coding is required. Design code you can write by using what? HTML. What is HTML? HTML means hypertext markup language. HTML is used to design the web pages. If you want to design a login form, if you want to design a registration form, then HTML is required. Not only to design this type of forms, if you want to display the data on browser in a proper format. If you want to display, you can see Amazon I open now. If you open Amazon, you can see here, you can see the photos, text, price, lot of information you can see on this browser. So this data is displayed in a proper format. So if you want to display that data on browser in a proper format, then also you have to use what? HTML. When I open Amazon, immediately you can see this data. You can see the photos, images, text, lot of content you can see. All are displayed in a beautiful format. Is it clear? If you open Facebook, here you can see the login form. You cannot see any data here. If you want to create a new account in Facebook, if you want to design this type of forms, then also what is required? HTML is required. So HTML is hypertext markup language. HTML is used to design the web pages and used to display the data on browser in a proper format. HTML is not a programming language. You cannot write programs by using HTML. If you write 2 plus 3 in HTML, answer is 2 plus 3. It will not, it does not consist of operators, conditional statements, loops. No programming concepts are available in HTML. Next, coming to JavaScript. JavaScript is very, very powerful. Today, the trending language is JavaScript, more powerful than Java, .NET or Python. Because all the, in olden days, if you develop the application with Java, or .NET or Python, total application code will execute on server. Unnecessarily, burden on the server will be increased. Performance will be reduced. So all companies are struggling, like Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, all the top IRCTC. These all are struggling a lot, because every time the request is going to the server, every time the code is executing on the server, unnecessarily burden on the server will be increased. So what to do? Reduce the burden on the server, increase the burden on the browser. In olden days, your mobile RAM size is very less. Processor speed is very less. But nowadays, you can see Your mobile processor speed is very high, RAM is very high, hard disk is very high. So today the code is executing on browser only. Instead of executing the code on server, try to execute the code on browser. Then the superstar, the code that can execute on browser is what? JavaScript. In olden days, JavaScript is used only to perform what? Validations. If you're not giving any input, directly hit the button, display the error messages. Username must not be empty. Password must not be empty. Phone number must not exceed more than 10 digits. Email ID must consist of dot at the rate and underscore. If you want to perform these validations, then you have to learn what? JavaScript. So JavaScript is grown like anything. If you nowadays, if you want to learn React JS, Angular, Vue.js, JSON, Node.js, Express.js, Ember.js, Knockout.js, then definitely JavaScript will play the major role. In future, we'll start this JavaScript also. Next, CSS, cascading style sheets. CSS is used to apply the styles. Style is nothing but appearance. Appearance is nothing but look and feel. If you want to change the background color, border color, text, font, height, width, then you have to learn what? CSS. So HTML, your building structure is HTML. Building with colors is CSS. Internal functionality of the building, like electrical work, plumbing work, woodwork, that is what? JavaScript. So JavaScript is very dominating in the market. So first of all, if you want to develop any web application, first you should write the design code that you can do with the help of HTML, validation logic that you can do with the support of JavaScript, styles code that you can do with the support of CSS. Next, business logic. What is business logic? What is logic? Logic is a small piece of code that was written to solve a particular task. How to write the logics? By using operators. Different types of logics. What is business logic? Business logic means writing the logic for a particular business requirement. Like GST calculation. Business means what? Where the money transfer is there. That is called as business. GST calculations, CMA calculations, deposit, withdraw, check the balance, transfer fund, calculating total marks, percentage, GST calculations. These all business logics you can write. You can see here discount calculations, GST, calculating percentage, swapping of two numbers, deposit, withdraw, simple interest, currency converter. Is it clear? Salary calculations, tax, ROA, budget, loan eligibility, loan repayment. This all comes under what? Business logic, all of you. Did you understand? So how to write this business logic means by using programming languages or even by using JavaScript also you can write some business logics. And then first you have to write design code, validation logic, styles code, business logic, then database connectivity code. Now you developed one web application. Very good. Now your application must speak with the database. For that you have to write some code, database connectivity code, that by using SQL and language support that we can do. And then you have to write some configuration code. Today configuration is also very, very important. Configuration is the manual for the containers or servers. Did you understood? Configuration. If you purchase one TV, along with the TV, they'll give you one manual how to operate the TV. Did you understood? Similarly, if you purchase one AC, along with that AC, they'll give you one manual how to operate that AC. Similarly, when you develop any application also, you have to create a configuration file. In that configuration file, we have to give some instructions that I will discuss. You can write this configuration code either by using Java or .NET or Python, or even by using JavaScript also, JSON, app settings.json, packages.json. That is also very, very important. And authentication code. So what is authentication? Authentication is the process of checking the user credentials. User credentials means username and password. Any user who is having username and password, then that user is called as authenticated user. Who are you? Authentication will always tell who are you. When you open any website, it will ask for login form. You have to give the username and password, hit the sign in button. Authorization means assigning the roles and responsibilities for the authenticated user. That is called authorization. Authentication will always tell who are you. Authorization will always tell what right you have to access that application. Nowadays, if you want to log into Facebook, registration is mandatory. After registration, you have to log in. But nowadays, what happened? Apart from Gmail and Facebook, you log into any other applications like Swiggy, Zomato, Rapido, whatever it may be. You will get an option called continue with Google, because already your information is given to Google, or continue with Facebook. Get you understood? So there are different types of authentications we can implement in real time. One is stateful authentication, other one is JWT authentication, JSON Web Token, another one is O authentication, open authentication. O authentication means directly you can connect through social networking through that particular websites. And then routing. Routing is nothing but navigation between the pages. For example, if you open any website, you can see different hyperlinks, home, courses, new batches, careers, blogs, etc. When you hit this button, it has to go to that about us page, contact us page. If you want to navigate from one page to another page, for that also you have to write some code that is called as routing code. That's what I'm telling here. There are different types of logics we have tried: design code, validation logic, styles code, business logic, database connectivity code, configuration code, authentication code, creating the APIs by using microservices or .NET Core, Spring Boot, Django, whatever it may be, consuming the APIs. So one application consists of different types of code. Did you understood? So the main point is here, my dear friends, web application is a multi-user application. So multiple users can interact with single application at a time. 100 users means 100 browsers, but only single application, single database. Did you understand? Are you following? That is how you can work with these concepts, all of you. So today, in olden days, there is no complete full stack is not there. Today, the trending is full stack. Full stack means your total application is divided into two parts: front-end application and back-end application. Back-end application can be developed by using Java, .NET or Python. Front-end application can be developed by using Angular or React.js. So today, from tomorrow onwards, tomorrow I will explain some more content about this concept. Please promote this batch, because many people will learn only theoretically based, but here I will try to teach conceptual based and real time, where you can complete the syllabus in short span of time. Tomorrow again I will catch you at 9 a.m. Thank you. Please try to share, subscribe and comment this channel, and please share to your groups also. Thank you. Catch you later in the next session.